Hey guys, I want to jump on here. Thank you for clicking on this link and going through this. This first video, I just want to go over just who I am. I'm on my way to work right now, so that's why I'm in the car. But just want to go over who I am and where I came from. So I grew up in a small town in Hallsville, Missouri. If you've ever heard of it, probably not. It's a tiny little town, probably about 1,400 people, just north of Columbia, Missouri, which the University of Missouri is at. I grew up there with, I was raised by my mom. My dad he was actually murdered. I tell people he died, but he was actually murdered a few months before I was born. He decided to take the route of being a drug dealer. From the stories I've heard, how true they are, I don't know. I have a sister from him, says he was the best dad in the world, so I don't take anything away from him, and who he was, I'll find out one day. But grew up with a single mom raising two kids. My mom did have another daughter. I am the youngest of three, I guess. I have two older half-sisters. We grew up in a trailer, nothing fancy. It was a double wide, started in a single wide, upgraded to a double wide, so as far as trailer goes, it's about as fancy as you can get. Yeah, I went to Hallsville Elementary all the way up through high school, same classmates, which is the one luxury of a small town. All my life I grew up playing sports, so I mostly baseball, basketball, and eventually football. But as a young child, my life was consumed by baseball. That was a pretty big deal way back when for small farm towns. As I got older, we get into high school. I actually became a pretty good athlete. Believe this or not, my school was so small, we actually didn't get high school football until I was a sophomore. So that's really when I started playing. I did play in middle school, but I got in trouble, so my mom pulled me off the team as a punishment. I learned my lesson pretty good there. Excuse me. Sorry, I got some phlegm with having a raspy voice. I get a lot of phlegm, but anyways, in high school, I played football in the fall, which I only played 3 years, but I went on to be all district, all conference. I was in the running for all state. I just missed honorable mention. I set a lot of records. I was co-MVP offense and defense. And I played tight end, really a receiver, but I was labeled a tight end just because of the way we ran our schemes. And then I was a defensive end on defense. Led the team in sacks. I was pretty close to leading the conference, but then I moved into the winter. I played basketball. I was good. I wasn't like a star player. I'm 6 foot tall, and I played center/forward. So in the game of basketball, I was just a little white guy. So I did good. I did fine, but I wasn't gonna go anywhere playing basketball. And then come springtime, I played baseball. I was the ace pitcher my senior year. I played right field also, a little bit of first base. I grew up my whole life playing first base, mostly because my eyesight was bad, but then I got contact, so they put me in the outfield because I was pretty fast. Again, I ended up getting all conference, all district, some other awards for baseball, not 100% sure. Come ceremony time at the end of the year, surprisingly, I got voted Athlete of the Year, which was a pretty big deal for me and my family because my mom grew up, she was picked on a lot going to the exact same school that I went to. So to her it was a huge deal. To me it was a huge deal. I got to prove a lot of people wrong. I had a lot of people lifting me up, but I also, on the side, behind my back, I had a lot of people hoping I would fail. But I actually got my senior year of high school. I what's it called? Raised my right hand. Forgot what it's called, but I raised my right hand and swore in. There we go. To the United States Marine Corps. I come from a family of Marines. I have an uncle that was in the Marines. My stepdad that came into my life when I was about 11 years old. Really saved my family for the position that we were in. But he was a Marine. His two older brothers, or his two brothers, I think he has an older and a younger, he's the middle. They were both Marines. My grandpa was a Marine. I have other extended family, great uncles that were Marines. So I come from a family of Marines, and that was just something I knew I wanted to do from a young age of high school. But come senior year, I did it right at the very beginning. Come that winter, I was actually getting calls from not huge colleges, nothing spectacular, but I was actually getting calls about coming and playing football in college, which was to me super surprising just because I hadn't played very many years. But my high school coach did very well with the recruiting process and getting our names out there and getting recruiters to our games, no matter what size the school was. So I actually told them on the phone, hey, I'm joining the Marine Corps, and thank you for the offer. One guy sat there and actually talked to me a little bit about it, so that was nice. The other two just said, okay, have a good day, good luck, bye. I was just pushed under the rug with them. I believe it was Culver Stockton. I think they're in Hannibal, Missouri. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, I joined the Marine Corps. I graduate high school, graduate boot camp, and then I go to the fleet. I got in a little trouble. I was good at my job. Just made some, I wouldn't say bad choices, but they weren't the right choice. I got in a little bit of trouble. Nothing crazy. It was, I was young and dumb. I was drinking. I got caught drinking underage. Anyways, I ended up becoming a machine gunner in the infantry, and I went to Southeast Asia, so I got to travel to Hong Kong, to Okinawa, to the Philippines, Singapore, which was really nice. I would love to go back to Singapore and Hong Kong to experience the culture more, because we were only there for a couple of days. Came back, spent some time with family. I did another workup to go to Afghanistan in 2012. Sang in Afghanistan, which was known to be one of the bloodiest areas of the Helmand Province, which Helmand Province was known to be one of the most dangerous parts of Afghanistan. So that was super exciting for my family. They were very scared, to say the least, for me. I was excited. That's what I signed up to do, so I was invincible, so I wasn't too worried about it. Eventually, what's really cool I got to do is go to a dog handler's course, and I actually got to handle a bomb dog, and he sniffed out bombs on our patrols. He went on pretty much every single patrol that we were on and every mission. His name was Baloo, like the bear from the Jungle Book, so it was really cool name. I had just gotten married right before I left for Afghanistan. We actually had a miscarriage right before, so there was a lot of stress on my family as I was going to Afghanistan, on top of going to Afghanistan. So we went through some rough water. I get back, and we ended up having another child. His name's Braden. He's 5 years old now. Love the little guy to death. He is wild. He is my son for sure. You can tell. But we eventually the rough spots just didn't stop, and we ended up getting a divorce. There was no need to go into it. There was just some more problems with that, and So I ended up here in Arizona where my son is at, and now I'm here, and I got introduced to the financial world, which was actually something I kind of wanted to do since high school. That was kind of like my real world job I wanted to do, but it's nothing like I thought it was. So below I'm going to have other videos that go over the company that I work with. I just wanted to give you some insight of who I am, kind of give you my story, and just show you like I'm a regular guy. I'm not some super genius. I'm not some spectacular person. I'm a normal guy, and I'm here to talk to people like they're normal human beings. What I've seen in the financial world is a lot of financial advisors or insurance agents or really anybody in the financial world. They're like robots. So I don't want to be like that. I'm not that kind of person. Really doing videos isn't even my thing either. So getting on here and just doing that is stepping outside my comfort zone. So I hope to speak with you soon. Watch the videos below. They're going to go more over what the business is, who the business is. And then the next video will be about compensation and how we get paid. So, because that's the key thing everybody wants to know when you're getting a job. So, go ahead and watch the videos below, or you can scroll all the way to the bottom and you can go ahead and just schedule an appointment to speak with me. We can either jump on a video chat if you're not local to Arizona, or we could jump on a phone call, or we can, if you are local to Arizona, right now I live in the North Phoenix area. I'll probably stay here unless I move to Chandler, which I love Chandler. So right now, as I'm filming this, I live in North Phoenix. We have an office in the Surprise area. We have one in the North Phoenix area, and we also have one in Mesa. So we are growing, expanding. So set an appointment. Let's talk. Let's be normal human beings, changing lives every day. So thank you.